Hi there, I'm Kristen. You're watching Kristen Cooks. I do lots of cooking videos on my channel here. If you're new, welcome if you are new. And I have an idea to do a little meal prep recipe. Okay, we're going to be going back to school soon, back to work, getting back into the grind, and I've made these. It's a burrito, and I made these before, and my son loves them, and it's a really great snack to have when you're coming home from work or school, or to bring to, work or school. And anyway, it's just something that you can have ready in your freezer and warm up whenever you're ready for it. And it's pretty healthy. It's got a lot of protein in it, cheese, chicken, rice, and they're really good. So if you'd like to see how I do this, then just keep watching. All right, so I'm making my chicken in the slow cooker, frozen chicken. I have a breast and a half pretty much here. And then I'm going to season it up with some garlic salts. You can also use unfrozen chicken too, if you want. I just had this in my freezer. Some onion powder. Of course, it won't take as long to slow cook unfrozen chicken, of course. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out. I'm sure you already knew that, but anyway. Okay. And some honey, because this is a honey chipotle chicken recipe. I am, however, doing mine just a little bit different. I'll show you that here in a second. But you're going to do a couple tablespoons or more of honey in the crock pot. And then I had this leftover birria sauce from making birria, and I thought that would be really good in here. But because it's Chipotle, you'll want to use a little can of Chipotles and adobo just like this here. That's what makes it Chipotle. Or you could use, Chipotle powder too, either way. But low for a couple hours, like 2 or 3 hours. 3 or 4, actually. Okay, so moving on to the sauce. This is like the protein sauce, okay? So 1 cup of cottage cheese. Any brand you like is fine. I just go with the Kroger low-fat small curd. I like the small curd, okay? But this is what's going to help boost the protein in the snack. And I decided to make a little bit, add a little bit of mild Taco Bell sauce because I really like the flavor of that. But you could also put in tomato sauce, which is actually the recipe. But I did that before, and I just thought this Taco Bell sauce would have a little bit more oomph to it, more flavor. And then I'm going to put in about 2 garlic cloves. You can also blend this up in a blender if you want. Like I have a Ninja blender, but I decided I wanted to use my immersion blender instead. I thought it'd be easier and not as much extra stuff to clean up. So I am doing it this way here. Or did I do 3 cloves? I don't know. But, start with 2 cloves. That's a safe little number there. Okay, yeah, I am doing 3 cloves. But put however little or more garlic that you like. And here it is. I'm going to also add in some tahini because everything is better with tahini, okay? It really is. And I'm going to put in some garlic powder. I really like garlic, so I really want to make sure I have enough of that flavor in here. Okay. Just checking the recipe. I have everything in there. And it's time to blend it up. Really easy. This is really, really easy. Also, you're going to want to add some milk because this is going to be really thick, just like this. So I'm going to be doing that. Or you could add some lime juice. That would work too. Maybe I'll do that next time. I just thought of that. But for now, I'm going to add just a little bit of heavy cream just to make sure it stays nice and rich. Just a little splash is all I'm doing. I don't need to make it really, really heavy with the heavy cream, but I just wanted to add a little bit of that in there. And it was still a little bit on the thick side. So I did add just a splash of 2% milk, and it was fine. But just, add a half a cup is the recipe right here. 2% milk. I don't know how much I put in exactly. I just wanted to make it so it was just a little bit thinner. It didn't need to be a lot thinner, just a little bit. Because we don't want to make our burritos, excuse me, a little bit too soupy, for lack of a better word. But taste it for seasoning. And she's ready. That's about what you'll want right there. I don't know if that's kind of a bad representation, but anyway. So here is the chicken. I just shredded it up with my mix and chop, that utensil. And then I put in some of the cooking liquid just to make sure it didn't get too dried out. And this is where it's going to look kind of funky, okay? But just stay with me here. It's going to be fine. It's going to be good. It looks a little suspicious right now, but don't worry. When you make it and you cook it and everything, and then you crisp it up in a pan, it turns out totally fine. I know it doesn't look appetizing right now, but it's okay. It will be great. So now I'm going to use these flour tortillas. I really like this brand, La Banderita. I'm choosing to use the extra large size, but use any variety of tortilla you like. Use a bigger one, use smaller ones. Like you can, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just however you feel like doing it. You could also add beans. That would be a good addition to this. Maybe I'll do that next time too. I'm thinking some black beans or some pinto beans. That would be good. Or you could just do like a thin layer of refried beans. That would be good too. So as you can see, this recipe is really just make it your own. Whatever your imagination and tastes allow, that's what you can do. Like, it's just a really versatile recipe. That's why I like this. So you're going to put down a layer of the chicken. Then you're going to put down some rice. And then you're going to put mozzarella. You won't taste the mozzarella. It'll just help give that cheese pull. That's so fun. And then I like to add just a little bit of cheddar cheese, or I think it's Colby Jack, along with the mozzarella. And then you just roll it on up. Just like this. And I'm just going to continue to do the rest of them in the same manner. So there we go. You don't need to warm these up or anything, just get them rolled up. So we're going to go with the chicken. And then we're going to go with some rice. Just like this. The rice is what really makes this extra nice and filling. And then cheese. This is also mostly, I just have this for a quick lunch, and it really does the job. It makes you just like you're good for the rest of the afternoon after you eat this, But also if you're just like crunched for time and in the evening and like you're busy with sports with your kids, or you've come home from work and you don't feel like making anything, this would be a really good quick dinner also. You could serve this with a side of warmed up refried beans with some chips, and it's a complete meal, really. Or a side of some sauteed veggies if you want to add in some extra fiber. Like, it's just a really good little recipe. I will type this out for you in the description. I don't have a link for this one. I saw this on social media, and my daughter actually requested that I make this, and my kids ended up really liking this, so win-win. It was really good. So yeah, I will just type it out for you. No link, just, it's really simple. Really easy to do. So I'm just wrapping these up here, mozzarella. I'm really going to try to get into meal prepping more. Would you like to see that? I don't know. I have this other recipe in mind that I was going to think about doing. Because I work at a local school, and school's going to be back in here pretty soon. And I want to do some meal prepping for my lunch while I'm at school. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep myself on track and make healthier choices, right? So anyway, would you like to see that? Tell me if you would. Give me a thumbs up. So then just to freeze them is really easy. All you got to do is just wrap them up in aluminum foil and throw them in the freezer. That's all you got to do. So as you can see, I'm just wrapping them up super quick in some aluminum foil. This is about half a recipe here. I didn't make a full recipe, but these will, this recipe will make about 10 burritos all together. I think I got like 6 out of here. I used, and then with my little Sharpie here, I'm going to write the warm-up instructions on a big 2-gallon Ziploc bag here. You're just going to want to take one out of the tin foil, wrap it in a wet paper towel, put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes just to warm it up and defrost it, and then crisp it up in a hot pan. And that's all that there is to it. And it comes out really good. Or you might want to do 2.5, just 2 to 3 minutes. I found that 3 minutes was a little bit too long, because if you nuke it for too long, then it makes it hard. But anyway, so here I'm going to have one for lunch. So I'm just grabbing it out of the freezer, unwrapping it out of the aluminum foil here. This is completely frozen. I have a wet paper towel here. You want it, you know, pretty well dampened. This will create steam, which will help the burrito to defrost a little bit faster. So I'm doing 2 minutes altogether, I believe. Yes, 2 minutes. And now I have a hot pan. So I'm just unwrapping it. The towel's stuck a little bit. Okay. I don't think I'm gross or anything, but I ate it anyway. So I ate paper towel. But anyway, just put it in a nice hot pan with some canola oil. Crisp it up on all sides. And then it's done. So now I'm going to take it out of the pan. And I'm going to cut it on a diagonal, just because it looks nicer for presentation. And here we go. Look at cheesy, melty goodness. And I'm having a little bit of avocado with it. And this was a really great lunch. So if you like more of these videos, then just keep watching and subscribe, please, if you haven't done so already. Bye.